As an LGBTQ Latino male, I don't think mental health is openly discussed in the community. I think there's an element of machismo, especially for men. So I think sometimes it becomes a little taboo to talk about feelings or to talk about experiences and how things make you feel, personally, anyway. I think historically, mental health, at least amongst me and my group of friends, has been seen as a privilege of those with money. I don't think it's um, as available or as prioritized or even as appreciated amongst people with lower income brackets. I think sometimes it's even considered unaffordable or a privilege to have, just kind of generally. I think over time, I think now we're entering a digital age of mental health. And so I think it's becoming even more accessible, which in many cases lowers the price. So I think uh, it's starting to gain traction amongst people in lower socioeconomic brackets. So I think there is a change over time. And I think we're becoming more appreciative and it's becoming more available. I think pre-COVID, um, a lot of members in the LGBTQ community kind of resorted to going out and sometimes even drinking to kind of as a coping mechanism to deal with some trauma. I think COVID-19 has certainly impacted that with our inability to do that given the pandemic. So I think it's kind of forced a lot of people to start thinking about their feelings and their traumas and to find different ways to deal with those traumas. Um, it's been very difficult, but it's something that I think we all kind of have to do in the community. Similarly, with the racial traumas that's been happening over the past few months, I think it's our limited options with respect to coping with trauma and all of these external factors that are contributing to us personally have become difficult. And so I think we're starting to think of other ways. I know I personally have started to explore like online therapy, and I've actually done a few sessions of that to kind of help me process what's going on and cope with it in a healthy manner. I think members of the LGBTQ Latino community typically deal with mental health issues by placing themselves in social settings. Um, I know, speaking from myself and for some of my friends, we typically go out to bars and hang out with friends, typically consume alcohol as a form to either deal with or to kind of forget about some issues. Um, Post COVID, I would say that's kind of changed. Obviously, we aren't able to, and we haven't been able to do those things and place ourselves in social settings. So I think we kind of often resort to social media as an outlet to deal with some of the traumas that we might be dealing with personally, and just reaching out to as many friends and family members as possible to help you kind of get through whatever it is that you're going through.
My name is Jan Checo, and I am both excited for and challenged by the opportunity to become a mental health provider. I agree with the speaker before me that those of us in the Latino and LGBT community are raised to never talk about our mental health because of the machismo culture that we grow up in. I want to impact and support the community by showing them that there is someone just like them who is here to help by always encourage them to discuss their mental health and to normalize that is an acceptable and healthy outlet for them.